we'll start at the beginning
Okay.
in our exploration of Linda, and that starts with where you were born.
Yeah, Vietnam.
You were born in Vietnam.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'm a war baby. My dad was an American soldier. My mom, Vietnamese, and they fell in love with each other in Vietnam.
fell for you. Really?
Yeah.
During World War II or
No.
during the Vietnamese War?
Yeah,
Oh
during
my God.
Yeah.
What am I thinking?
That's okay.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
War
the
in
Vietnam
Vietnam.
War.
Yeah.
War in Vietnam. Yeah. Yeah. And then like he brought me over and they live happily ever after. No, I'm just kidding. They didn't. But
Did
they
your mom come too? Did your
yeah, yeah,
mom and
we both came over and it was not easy bringing us over, but we were able to come over. We ended up settling in Austin.
how old were you?
I was a year and a half old, so I don't know anything.
Okay.
And there weren't a lot of Vietnamese people in Austin in
I
1975.
can imagine.
And so I just think that I didn't get to learn the language. My mother didn't teach me. She didn't teach me anything about the culture because she really believed that if we're going to come to America, we needed to be an American.
Really?
Yeah. So, I didn't learn a whole lot. I wish I had, though. Yeah. It was a bummer.
So you didn't learn the language. You moved over here when you were a year and a half. You came with your mom and your dad.
Yeah. Then they had my sister. And so we lived in this tiny little apartment on Plaza del Norte, 7929 Galt Street, and not too far away from here. But it was a pretty rough neighborhood.
Plaza del Norte, that's on the east side?
No, it's like Anderson Lane, Hobby Lobby. You know where Laugh Stop used to be, or I guess the comedy club?
Hobby, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I know
So
exactly where
those
that is.
apartment complexes.
Okay, that's not far from here.
Yeah, that's not far from here at all. And my mother somehow she became the apartment manager there. And as a Vietnamese woman, she didn't understand occupancy laws. And so we were renting to immigrants who had 10 people in their family to a 2-bedroom apartment. So word got out, and I swear we drove all the white people and black people out of the neighborhood because it once was mostly white and black people, but now it was mostly it just became mostly immigrants, Mexicans, Guatemalans, Cambodians, Vietnamese,
Because she was lax on the laws and allowed a bunch of people to live there.
Yeah, yeah. And so, you had kids selling tamales door to door.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, and then kids from the Gulf selling shrimp. You had people hanging their meat outside in the parking lot for it to dry.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. So it was a very we changed the neighborhood for sure. That's why I think that we have such a huge Vietnamese population in that area. I went to Lanier High School, and or Navarro High now, but yeah, because word got out that my mom was renting to big families.
And now we have Ranch 99
Yeah.
and this whole collection of
Mm-hmm.
Asian food
Mhm.
options over there.
Yeah.
Wow. So your sister's older?
I'm
Younger
the
than-
oldest.
You're the oldest.
Yeah.
How much later did your sister come along?
About a year later.
A year later.
Yeah. So she was born in El Paso, Texas.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
was before y'all got to Austin. Y'all were in El Paso. a
Yeah.
little bit?
El Paso, then San Antonio, then Harlingen, and then in Austin.
So were you traveling because your dad was?
He was in the military, but I think he was really disenchanted with the military. He was he wanted to be an American hero. John Wayne was his hero. And then he went to Vietnam. He realized that he is no John Wayne, and that the war was not what he thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. And so
He got disenchanted with the military and
yeah. Yeah. But he served 2 tours, mostly to bring me back. And yeah. Yeah.
And then he married your mom?
They got married, and I think that he was an alcoholic because of the demons that he didn't realize he had PTSD.
Of course.
And he didn't realize that until his until he turned around 60 that he was suffering. But he died about a year and a half ago, because of alcoholism. He drank himself to death. So he had a lot of like stuff that he needed to work through, and he just never had the ability to do it. So, yeah, he just went through a lot, as my mom did, because she was in this country all alone, barely spoke English.
She taught herself English.
She taught herself English by working at McDonald's and watching Sesame Street, and she took courses, of course. Yeah,
Goodness.
so but she was able to do a lot in this country, and she's the most patriotic American that I know.